Puggy Pugs and YT presents Curious Georgie. I love colorful Christmases. You never actually stop clapping. The time between claps just gets longer. Oh boy, here we go again with your little shower thoughts, Georgie. Hey, maybe if you guys never actually, bought this specific chair, then, maybe I wouldn't be thinking about life, Now this chair is just known as my thinking life chair. That doesn't even make any sense. And you know what? I'm not even gonna try and argue with you this time because I just know it's just not even gonna affect you at all. If you weigh 99 pounds and eat a pound of nachos, are you a 1% nacho? Georgie, I don't even know sometimes what the hell you're talking about. It's been a little bit since I've checked out this place. Oh, hey there, Penny. Hey, don't mind me. I'm just here to visit my little brother, Georgie. My mom and dad said they're fine with it. Oh, okay. Well, I'm surprised you made your way here and stuff. I'm pretty sure the house is, tons of miles away from here, but yeah, I guess you can go do that while I just still look at the pretty Christmas lights. Okay, then. How's it going, Georgie? If two vegans are arguing, is it still considered beef? Georgie, there's actually no way you're still on with your shower thoughts. I mean, hey, Penny, there are a lot of questions, in the world that are pretty impossible to, figure out or solve. So, I just question them myself. Yeah, Georgie, and I think you do that just a little too much, don't you think? I mean, for the love of God, the last time, me and, Mom and Dad were actually here and stuff, you were still on with your shower thoughts. Penny, you don't understand. Life was created with a lot of questions. And don't you just ever sit down on a chair like this and just ever think of those questions? No, I don't, because I don't sit on chairs 24/7. I got better things to do. When you're born deaf, what language do you think in? Maybe sign language? Look, Georgie, you gotta, at least, hang out with some of your friends in here and stuff, I mean, for the love of God, you're always here in the winter holiday cabins. I mainly just go here so I can just, question about reality. During the most jolliest time of the year, especially the time where you should hang out with, family, friends, anyone for the love of God. If Apple made a car, would it still have windows? Georgie, that should not even be, questioned. Listen, Georgie, if you're not even gonna hang out with your, friends here in the winter holiday cabins, then you should probably just come home with, me and Mom and Dad and stuff, So, here, come on. Whoa! No. There you go again with the damn chair. What is up with this chair, then? I mean, there's clearly something special about the chairs. There's, a special scent on it or whatever? No. I just like this chair. I just like to think the questions about, the fabric of our reality. Georgia, you are 12 years old. You should not be this worried about, how we exist. When we yawn, do deaf people think we're screaming? If I'm on a plane right now and I yawn, would a deaf person think we're about to crash because I'm screaming or something? No, I don't think so. Georgie, our parents are really throwing a Christmas party of all of our family members, like Grandma Piggy, she's making your favorite poutine, would you like that? I would love that, but yet not everything is solved. Solve what? A math equation? If you're waiting for a waiter, aren't you the waiter? Okay, Georgie, the more you ask these questions, the more they don't even make sense at all. Not gonna lie, I would kind of get your first questions about universe, but now it's just random stuff. What are you talking about? How do you throw away a garbage can? There it is again. You're just not making any sense. Penny, you would definitely agree with what I'm doing if you would actually sit on some chair or the sofa behind me. Fine, maybe. Let's see then. How about that? Okay, fine. Let's see. If you work as security at a Samsung store, does that make you a guardian of the galaxy? Do you ever learn to stop being in that damn chair and actually spend time with friends and family? Can you shut up for a second so I can actually concentrate? On what? The presents? Georgie, what are you talking about? If you feel bugs on you, even though there are no bugs on you, are they just the ghosts of the bugs you've killed? Not gonna lie, you do actually have a point there, Georgie. But, Anyways, okay, Georgie, as much as you made a good point there and stuff, like, you need to at least, like, get up from the chair and stuff, you know? I mean, hell, do you always just sit in that chair? Like, once Christmas is over, you just, like, go back home? Or something like that? Like what? I mean, not gonna lie, you are not really wrong, Penny. I basically eat, sleep, and poop here. Oh, that's cool. Not gonna lie, I didn't really need to know that, but, thank you anyways. Nothing is ever really on fire, but rather fire is on things. What? A person who thinks all the time. Yeah, and I think you reach your limit of actually thinking. So come on, I'm getting you out of this chair. Oh, try as much as you want, Penny, but I'm basically glued to the seat. Yeah, my butt. Now come here. No, Penny, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm literally glued to the seat. I glued myself to this seat for, like, you know, for the remaining Christmas. What? You glued yourself to the seat just to think all the time during Christmas? What the hell is the point of all that? You can, like, hell, like, I wouldn't even mind if you do that at home. At least you're actually, you know, with your family or something. But Penny, if I'm not on this chair, I can't think. Georgie, you could literally think anywhere else but on that chair. You could think outside, you know, at the house, you know, the safe place with your friends and stuff. Also, you say you glued yourself to the seat, you know, then how do you get out, like every Christmas, you know, after Christmas it's over, like, how do you get out of the seat if you're just completely glued on it? What happens if you get scared half to death twice? Okay, I can't do this anymore. I gotta do something about this, you know, like, how about I throw the chair outside, huh? Penny, I really said I glued myself to the seat, you know, so even if you do try to pick it up, you know, because it's probably pretty damn heavy, especially since I'm on it, and you throw it outside, I might as well just get a frostbite and also just think, how does a sponge hold water when it's full of holes? Oh my god, Georgie. Okay, how about this? Oh, look, I have your dinosaur toy and your robot toy. Do you want it, Georgie? Do you want it? Nah, I'm not in the mood to think, like, you know, play right now. But I am in the mood to think, like, what would happen if Pinocchio said, my nose will grow now? Wait, what would actually happen? Maybe sit in the chair across of me, and you'll find out. Yeah, when the Lost Book Chapter 4 comes out. Why is bacon called bacon and cookies called cookies when you cook bacon and bake cookies? What? No, really, think about it, Penny. Like, we should cook cookies and bake bacon. So what, are you gonna put, like, a cookie on a frying pan? Like, so what, are you gonna put like, cookie dough on, like, a frying pan and put bacon in, like, the toaster oven? Maybe try and find out. Maybe I will if you actually get out of the chair for once. Then you're gonna have to wait December 26th. Georgie, I'm not doing this right now. I'm gonna, like, rip you off from that seat even if you are glued on it. You did not just slap my hand. Penny, can't I just think in peace? No! Do clothes in China just say made down the road? If your pants isn't tucked into your pants, are your pants tucked into your shirt? If you're invisible when you close your eyes, can you see through your eyelids? Georgie, for the love of Minnie too! What? I mean, not gonna lie, you do have a point with the last one. See, you're starting to agree with me. Okay, look, Georgie, as much as I want you to get out of the chair, you do make some good points, but still, you need to get out of that chair. Okay, but actually, now that we're on the topic of invisibility, like, if we're invisible, can people see, like, you know, like, the inside of us, you know, like our lungs or heart or whatever? Or, you know what, a better question, you know, is our pee and poop also invisible? Like, genuine question, is our pee and poop also invisible? Like, would people just see an invisible person just, you know, see floating yellow water and just floating poop? I mean, clearly, you know, your pee and poop would also be invisible, you know, if everything else is invisible. Listen, I don't know, Georgie. Come on, just get out of the chair and do something. You know what? Maybe I will. Thank you. After I think to myself, if a fire truck is actually a water truck. Georgie. I mean, hey, Penny. I guess you could say I'm a Curious Georgie. You were not going to start naming titles, like, as well as, you know, just start, like, thinking randomness in your mind. Georgie, just at least stand up. Just stand up, you know, just you know, like, stand on your, like, toes, your feet. You know, that's all I ask for at this point, you know? Because, like, you know, every Christmas, I'm assuming, like, in the Winter Holiday happens, I'm just going to see you in that, like, specific chair. Like, hell, what if the chair just goes away? Like, what if, like, your friends just get rid of the chair? Oh, damn, you do got a point. Then I'll just sit on another chair. Georgie, just stand up for the love of God! Georgie, just stand up for the love of Minitoon! Fine. Well, finally, at least you just stand up, so, like, you know, let's at least have a conversation. And now I'm gonna stand back down. Georgie, you're actually making me real mad. Are oranges named oranges because oranges are orange, or is an orange named orange because oranges are... Said oranges 8 times in one fucking sentence, and yet that didn't even make sense at all. You know, fine, whatever. At this point, I don't even care, you know, I just wanted to come here to, like, visit my little brother and see how he's doing, but now I know, I guess. He just keeps thinking just about life in just one chair. Half of them don't even make sense. Some of them, you know, I got a good point, but no. At this point, I'm done. I'm just gonna go back to the house. You know, like I guess you could just be left out on the Christmas party and stuff. You know, or I guess I'll just tell our parents that, you know, you're just thinking in a chair. So, whatever. Screw this. What happens to the car if you press the brake and the accelerator at the same time? Does it take a screenshot? Well, that was pretty much it. You know, just Penny and Georgie arguing. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. Georgie and Penny just arguing for like about 10 minutes. A whole 10 minutes of you know, just yapping and blabbering in an argument. So, yeah, what a Christmas special, I guess. The end.